Virginia. It's not just for lovers anymore. Now, it's also for presidential candidates. The Old Dominion state, along with New Hampshire, North Carolina, Florida, Ohio, Wisconsin, Iowa, Colorado, and Nevada, make up the 9 battleground states that may decide this election. President Obama scooped up Virginia's 13 electoral votes in the last election, the first Democrat to do so in 44 years. Cesar de la Guila is the chairman of the Fairfax County Democratic Committee. He says Virginia's changing demographics is what led to President Obama's victory in 2008.
The population shift, diversity, and I think cultural attitudes in Northern Virginia, primarily Fairfax County.
Senator Mark Rhodes, the PR chair of the Falls Church Republican Party, recognizes the recent change and hopes to see Virginia go back to its GOP roots.
Virginia has become a little bit more Democratic, especially Northern Virginia, and more competitive among the two parties in the last 2 or 3 elections. So this time, the question is, will the Republicans come home, so to speak, and vote for Governor Romney?
Voters have taken note of the push by both campaigns.
I've seen more, especially on the Republican side. Arlington is generally a Democratic town. I've seen a lot of Republican signage, more so than I normally do. And I've also seen a lot of mailers, especially the mailers coming in.
This election will also determine which party takes the majority in the Senate. For Spotlight Network, I'm Jonquilyn Hill.
The Spotlight Network is the only student-run network here on the campuses of Howard University.
Spotlight? Spotlight Network, yep. It's an on-campus student-run.
Just happens to be called Spotlight.
Bringing coverage relevant to you, the student.
With the 12% increase in tuition this year, high textbook prices are becoming an increasing problem on campus among Howard students.
3 of my textbooks cost over $90 this semester, and I was extremely outraged.
In class, teachers are saying, buy books, buy books, buy books. And I'm saying, oh, you got the 200, you got the 300 to buy the books, I can't afford it.
These expensive prices are pushing students to find alternate ways of accessing their required textbooks.
It was just better off for me to buy used books online, and the 3 books that I had left, I just had to make a do without them.
I did buy books this year, just not at the bookstore.
Some students feel as if textbooks aren't as important as professors make them out to be.
Maybe I was a little naive, but they told us that we needed the books, and if we didn't, then it would be bad and you won't pass the class.
Admonish professors who will ask students to buy 7, 8, 9 books and then end up not using half of them. I have a problem with that.
But some professors do not agree.
People need to think of the book as part of the cost of the course. It's not just the tuition, it's tuition plus text.
Students have come up with their own ways to beat the cost of textbooks.
I asked people around, and people are very friendly and genuine to give me their books.
I buy the books from Amazon.com, eBay, try to find it somewhere cheaper online.
For those students who cannot afford to purchase textbooks, make sure to talk to your professors to get alternate options. This is Tiffany Malone, Spotlight Network.
Look for us on campus, on the web, at husln4.com. Follow us on Facebook and like our page. Check us out on Twitter at slntv_4. By the way, have you been spotted by Spotlight?
Looking to spread some love? Haraki is Howard University's Random Acts of Kindness initiative. The purpose of Haraki is to help unify the student body by spreading kindness and love to the students of Howard University. Members of Haraki can be seen giving out free hugs, compliment cards, smiles, and high fives. Inspired by an encounter in New York, Ryan Sharp explains how it all began.
Haraki was actually founded a couple months ago in July, and basically the way it started was I was in New York and this woman was staring at me, and I was like, I felt uncomfortable. I was on the subway, and I really wanted to say something to her, like, please stop staring. But before she got off the subway, she just said, I really love your hair. And so I just started thinking like, oh wow, I thought the worst, and this woman was giving me a compliment. So I posted this experience on Facebook, and I said someone should start a movement, a Random Acts of Kindness movement.
Member Micheline Beaucajor explains why they want to improve the Howard University environment.
We're doing it because we want to spread
kindness around campus, and we want it to be a nicer environment. Not saying that it's not already a nice environment, I'm just saying that we want it to be better. Sophomore Maya Williams gave her perspective on how Haraki has changed her.
Being more humble to the people here on campus, because a lot of them are really rude, or a lot of them really confused about where they're going. So if you could say something nice, you may put a smile on their face, and if you don't, at least you try.
If you want to learn more about Haraki, check out their Facebook page, HU Random Acts of Kindness Initiative, or you can follow them on Twitter, @Haraki Initiative. I'm Artanique Nelson, Spotlight News.
Yo, what's happening? It's your Royal Highness Angie Ange, representing 93.9 WKYS, the School of C at Howard University, alumni, and I've been spotted by Spotlight.
I bet on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give you a 2. Okay, so now you just know what you need to work on.
It's that time again. Students from various schools of Howard University are preparing for the pageants that will crown the winners who will make up the Royal Court.
Mr. and Mrs. Coas, first and foremost, they should represent the College of Arts and Sciences.
Spotlight Network was able to get a behind-the-scenes look at the College of Arts and Sciences preparation for the big event.
I believe that pageants give you a chance to understand yourself better. You understand what level of endurance you can reach, how well you are with taking criticism from people.
Fine arts student Brianna Morris gave the contestants a few pointers.
Every time you talk, you want them to be linging on your every word.
Contestant Terrell Mills tells us why he feels pageantry is important, not only for Howard University, but for the DC community as well.
Being able to create a platform and enact it allows you to bring the Howard University students together, one, allow them to incorporate their platform on a community, which brings ties together between those two.
Terrell still has his reservations about the big day.
I'm most nervous, I would say, about the audience. You know, Howard is always a tough audience to impress.
Contestant Callie Wilder encourages students to become involved in the world of Howard University pageantry despite their fears.
Really just have faith and believe in yourself.
I'm Jasmine Hines, and this is Spotlight Network.
The Florida A&M University Marching Band, formerly known as the Marching 100, was recently suspended indefinitely for the academic school year. These disciplinary actions come as a result of last season's hazing death of drum major Robert Champion. Since the band has been suspended, substitutions for halftime performances have been implemented. This past Saturday, the KIPP Atlanta Collegiate High School Band from Atlanta, Georgia performed. This incident has brought light to the severity of hazing. The school has begun to take more caution involving these circumstances by having students sign anti-hazing pledges and posting an anti-hazing website.
The fact that we have a culture that apparently thinks that it needs to thrive by hazing persons is not good. So that's a loss. However, Florida A&M, 125 years of age, is going to move on.
I mean, you can definitely tell by attending the games that the life isn't there because the bands obviously bring a lot of energy to it. But at the same time, I think because of the FAMU family, I think they use that as a rallying point.
The fans aren't the only ones affected. The players on the football team are currently experiencing what it's like to play without the roaring sound of the trumpets and trombones fighting along with them.
Band gives us great energy, but with their absence, we feed off each other. As a football team, we're all brothers.
As the investigation goes underway, 12 band members have now been charged with felony assault. The university president and the band director have both resigned. For now, FAMU's school community, their players, and their fans will now have to adjust to the absence of the school's most prized possession. For Spotlight Network, I'm Lindsay Bethel.
On Thursday, October 11th, the women's soccer team of Howard University played against their Great West Conference opponents, the Utah Valley Wolverines. Although the Wolverines came into the game with 10 losses, they scored twice within the first 12 minutes of the game. By the time the first half was over, the Wolverines were able to score once again. With their renewed confidence coming off of halftime, Howard University's soccer team played stronger than they did in the first half. The Lady Bison displayed great defense throughout the second half and prevented the Wolverines from making any more goals. However, despite the defensive efforts, the Lady Bison were unable to convert on the offensive end. Although the scoreboard was not in their favor, the Lady Bison still showed great sportsmanship at the end of the game.
With an unfortunate 9th consecutive loss, the Lady Bison fall to the Utah Valley Wolverines. This is Tiffany Dupree signing off for Spotlight News.
Hey, I know you're sitting at home. You wondering to yourself, I need to go back to school. I need to get my life together. Get off the couch. Change yourself. Go to HU Spotlight. Watch it. Get in your dorm room. You ain't doing nothing. Your girlfriend don't like you. Your roommates don't like you. Your boyfriend don't want you. Nobody wants you. That's why you need to watch the show. Get off your butt. Change the channel. Turn it on in your dorm. It's free. What else y'all want?